We are live, guys. I've got to go to YouTube here. Just hang on, bear with me. Got to go to the YouTube side. And make sure that the live is on so I can share the screen. Okay. These are live now. Why is this one not have correct? Okay, something should be wrong. We'll go there. Okay, now we'll go here and we'll say share screen. And it will be this one. Share, back into studio, and hey, look at that. My box is live. My screen sharing. Box, but I can make that bigger. There. There, and then what about, can I crop that? Mr. Ronney Braun? Mr. Ronney Braun, are you in the house again? Okay, let's crop this. Trying to get a nice settings for the, okay, that should be good. Oh, it's awful. Bring that down there. Now let's go for crop. And bring this up. And over to the edge. Let's have a look at that. That's still not good. Transition that over. Okay, let's go to the comments. Stream elements. How about we'll go for 8 ball. Is everything okay? We've encountered an error. We weren't able to post comment to those channels. Oh, that's to the forget about it. Yeah, okay. It wasn't able to go to the Facebook. So let's just do the YouTube only. And try that. Okay. Okay, we've got a little bit of a cutoff section there. Let's move that over. Get the crop. Move that over there a little bit more. Post that there, that'll bring that over. Okay. John's in the house, Philly's in the house. How you doing, guys? Can you hear me and can you see me? I've been having computer problems lately, big time computer problems. Audio wasn't working. Video give out. You spelled back wrong. No, can you guys hear me or no? Like, is my mouth just moving and you don't hear any sound or what? Just curious. No, John, no, I gotta know for sure whether it's working. Are you just pulling my leg? Karen. Here you find, thank you. I'm high on pills. Well, sort of. My ribs hurt in the front more than my back, which is strange. And yet, the therapist guys, they say you should be walking and stretching. Well, that seems kind of weird because when you walk, you put a lot of pressure on your back. A lot. You're pounding, you know, when you take steps. And I'm surprised that I'm supposed to walk. But if I stop taking the pills, I think I can feel it in the back there. I got to make sure that I take my medication. So, anyways, what are your thoughts today? They do not want you to leave. Make too much money from them. Yeah, no kidding. They keep you on a short leash there. So, give me some input, about the screen there. I had some, like last year when I was using OBS Studio, some people were saying, why would you put the chat box window over on the side there like that, when you can see it when you as a viewer can see it on the right-hand side anyway, and now you can see it again on the screen. Well, I had a couple of reasons why I put that there, and they still hold today. That's why I'm putting that there. But and now I have a third reason, is because when I have someone that wants to come up on the chat window, or when they want to come up, they can't see the chat. Yeah, I hear you guys are having a heat wave where you are, and my friend in Medicine Hat, it's +2 going up to +8, he said today, so I don't know if it made it that high. But even the groundhog, I don't know what your Groundhog Day was like, but the Groundhog Day in Medicine Hat said early spring. So my sister was on Facebook and she was saying, yes, early spring this year. So let's hope he's right. But the weather at +7, especially in February, that's good news. Now I myself can't read the chat window on there. I have to read it on the side there, but that's okay. So +7, -11. Oh, wait a minute. Red Deer was +7, you said. -11 where you are. Okay, misread that. Our groundhog in Quebec died in the night. He must have been saying, nope, you're going to have some bad weather. And he was afraid to tell you. Yeah. Dave, you know Dave from Ghetto Van Adventure? I'm sure some of you know him. He's in that area, Quebec. He was in Quebec City, actually, just the other day. Maybe a couple days ago, so. Philly. Stress killed him, that's for sure. People are relying on what he says to be correct, right? Casts a real shadow on spring. Well, hopefully spring will be early. And I think some people are already looking forward to it. What's her name? Nona Grace. She's from Eastern New York. And she was saying people are getting fed up with winter already. It's time for spring. But January, February is like the hardest months, aren't they? Like for cold and after February. February? After February, it should start getting better. So the first month or so when I got here, I had to go dental appointments every other day, every third day, every whatever. I couldn't go anywhere, do anything. And then I fell and broke my back now, and I feel scared to go anywhere. I got to take pockets full of pills with me if I go for the day. I guess I should go. Like I want to go to Tulum. That's about a couple of hours away from here. It's an all day thing. You got to be picked up at 6 or 7 in the morning, and you get back at 8 or 9 at night. But it's where the ruins are, the pyramids and things. And if anybody knows Tulum, Chichen Itza, Xcaret, those places. And I've been to Xcaret and I've been to Chichen Itza. I'm going to go to Chichen Itza again on the end of March. Whatever solstice that is, whatever day that is, if anybody knows what day that solstice is, that's when you get on the pyramid there, the shadow from the way they built the pyramids, the steps, it makes it look like a snake is coming down. And they got a big snake head at the bottom made out of stone. And then as the sun goes down, goes down, the shadow goes across, and then it leaves that look like a white snake has come down with a white snake head there. Beautiful. I think that's March the 20th or March the 28th or somewhere in that day. I don't quite know. See, and if I put these up on the screen, it's not that big. I thought it looked bigger. But see if I can fix that. Banner, let's put it like that. Well, then it's big. Yes. What about this style? That's a different style there. That one. I like that one a little better. Let's leave it at that. But let's change the color. I don't want that blue there. How about my colors are green and gold for Nomadic Vanman. Green or gold. And instead, it's got to be white, I guess. What about green? And not so green. Maybe like that. And I'll get my banner like that. I like that a little better. All right. I'm just trying to get the screen to look the way I want it. So, Mr. Ronney Braun must be busy. I did a couple of quick pop-ups just to check things out. He was on there within a second. And maybe he's doing some work with his diesel heaters. He's got a couple of them. He said he's going to buy another one. He must have a pretty big place. He's got to keep warm. And he's having problems with the pump. His pumps are not pumping properly. But I really like those diesel heaters. I got one in my van, of course. Works great. Works perfectly. So any suggestions? Should I go to some place that, like, I want to go to Isla Mujeres, which is Island of Women. It's just off the coast of Cancun here. Takes 20 minutes ferry ride across on a fast ferry. Taken all day, trip over there. It's only four miles long, this island. You can see it from the coast here, of course, it's not very far. But there's some nice things out there, nice things to see. I'd like to go. And I know I'm kind of scared to take my drones over there, but I think I will. And somebody here was wanting to buy my Mavic Pro all the time. They were, hey, gimme. And another guy from here, he had just purchased, brand spanking new, a Mini 3 Pro and the Fly More combo that goes with it. And he doesn't like how small it is. He thinks it's going to blow around in the wind too much. Well, I guess if you're on the coast, it may be a little more windy than, like inland a little more. But I traded with him, and so the other guy keeps bugging me. He said, I'm going to have to tell him I haven't got it anymore. It's not available. So I switched. I traded with for a Mavic Mini 3 Pro, which is one of their latest drones. The reason there's two reasons, is because it was brand new, and my Mavic is old. And when I go back to Alberta, to Canada, it's under 250 grams, so I don't have to worry about, any restrictions or anything like that. Although, the batteries, there's 2 extra batteries that come with the combo kit that put it over there. It's 288 grams, so that puts it over. Now, if you get caught flying that, you're supposed to register that drone. I've owned drones for 6-7 years. I've never been asked once for any kind of registration, although my Mavic Pro was registered. And I've never ever been asked. I had license for it, everything. And so this Mexican, when he buys it, I guess it's because it was Canadian, it won't affect anything. This is Mexico, so it won't do anything there. So, any ideas about, like I said, taking trips around places? Otherwise, I feel like I'm cooped up here. I was scared to move, but if I don't move my back too much, then it might start seizing up. Now, I went online on YouTube and looked at the kind of break that I had with the spinous process bone. It's called the spinous process bone, and I've seen guys on YouTube that did the same thing. They broke their spinous process bone, and they're in the hospital with they're braced up trying to walk again. They can't walk. They're learning to walk again. Wow, I must have been extremely lucky, let me tell you. Right now, sitting right here, I don't feel pain at all, but I mean, I do know I'm going to be in pain forever. I'm just joking with you, Ronney. I'm hoping you can hear me. I know it was frustrating the other night. Sorry about that. I had big problems with the audio quit on me, right? And you couldn't hear me no more. And then when I got off, I checked around, and then my video went off. I couldn't even get the video to work in the program anymore. And it took me almost 3 hours to get things back up and working again. And I had, deleted the cookies and all that stuff from Chrome. And when you do that, well, you lose all the websites that you've been to. Everything that's saved is all gone. So you got to more or less start all over. I go to Facebook and I have to re-sign in to Facebook, and I had to go to other websites and have to re-sign in to other websites because it's all deleted. So what a job. But finally, all of a sudden, this camera came on again. I must have clicked it's right after I clicked some things. But I clicked a few things, and hey, what do you know? We got video back. Then I went online and on an unlisted thing and checked out the audio, and then the audio started working again. So, yay! So now the video and the audio works. And then I built the screen that you're looking at right here, although I can see I have some work to do on the right-hand side. I want to take up the top part where it says, well, whatever that says in red there, to get rid of that, put that up high. And then, fix the right-hand side anyway. So anyways, today it was nice and sunny, and let me tell you, this is what I've learned from, well, I don't know about all of Mexico, it must be the same way. When you feel one drop of rain, the idea is to get under cover real quick. And when I first got here on November the 9th, it was November the 10th, and I'm sitting at the, on Tulum Avenue. I just got some money out of the bank, and I'm sitting at the bus stop waiting for the bus, and I'm just sitting there underneath an awning, and nice and sunny. And all of a sudden, the people that were standing up out at the roadside waiting for the bus dashed under where I was, and sat. A lady and her daughter sat right beside me, and they didn't know any English at all. So we're trying to communicate to each other on our phones, translators. And she was saying it's gonna rain, and the minute she said that, it just started to pour like a lot. When it rains here, it rains. Let me tell you, the sky is open and it just rains. And I videoed a session with them there where they were from. Oh boy, I forget where they were from, but they were heading to Mexico City, and then going to back to their home. And the girl, that cute little girl, Hade. Her name was Hade. No, not Hade. Hade? Yeah, Hade. And it's spelled Jade. J sounds like an H, Hade. And I couldn't figure that out because to me that's Jade, and I have a niece or whatever, her name is Jade. So the mother told me her name, Paula, and but she kept saying Paula. Now that's Paula, I guess. She says, Hade says, my name is Hade. So I said, that sounds like jade, which is like a stone, a color of a stone and what have you. And the mother says, oh, very, very nice. She has a great name in English. She says, what's my name in English? And so I said, Paula. It was pretty close to Paula. And her daughter was really cute. Oh, my butt, there I felt some pain in the back. My butt is sore. You got your heaters working fine? Like, you said you bought 2 pumps. I don't know if you need 2 pumps, but I'm surprised. I'm surprised you even need 1 pump. Like a pump, unless the electrical goes, but metal on metal wear, I suppose after a long time it might wear out, but you only use these things in the wintertime. You don't use them all summer. But how are they working? Are you getting some decent heat out of those things? Don't they put out like 200 degrees Fahrenheit coming out of the, maybe it's Celsius, 200 Celsius coming out of the pump seems to be the weak part of the system. I still have one diesel heater working, and it appears to be plenty. Wow, the pump is the weak point. That is amazing. The weak point on my systems was the glow plug. I went through 3 glow plugs. Now the first glow plug, the first time the glow plug went was, I don't know why, it inferior product or whatever, it just failed. So I took it out and I put a new one in. And okay, so maybe I went through 2. So I replaced that, put the plug in. And then I read online something about people were having problems with the soot buildup. And not that I had any soot buildup in mine, but I wanted to take it apart and see. So I took my diesel heater apart and looked inside, and nothing, not even a speck of soot at all. And then I took the glow plug out and had a look at it. And when I went to put the glow plug back in, if you don't have the proper wrenches, you get a capability of breaking it, like the wires off the thing, because it's just ceramic. And the way the wire, I used a plier instead of an actual, I purchased a wrench for those things now. So I broke it, then I put another one in. So that's the third one in there. But I broke the second one. A canvas dictation will lower, wait a minute, let me pop this on the screen so, well, everybody can read it anyways. So I guess no sense popping up stuff onto the, a canvas dictation will lower the temperature slightly. Since you taught me about cavitation, everything works great. Oh yeah, the cavitation, like that has to be there. The bubbles have to be in the line instead of a steady stream, because that would be too much fluid. It just, when your pump pumps, if you put it on fast pump or slow pump, it doesn't matter. The pump always pumps the same amount of fuel. And I don't know how this guy knows. He's a scientist of some sort. He took that diesel heater completely apart and he did 15 different videos, 15 one-hour videos on each section of this diesel heater. And I guess he calculated or figured out that each pump is 0.02 milliliters of fuel. So you can figure out exactly how much fuel you're going to burn in 1 hour. Exactly. I just check once in a while for cavitation and move the pump in my hand to remove any air. Yeah, no, you want to leave the air in there. If you put it straight up and down, that's not good. You want to have it at a 45. It's like turbines when they make electricity, they got these big turbines, the water goes in, spins the thing, and then the water comes out. Well, there's always cavitation there. The air that is in there wreaks havoc on the turbine fins, and then after a certain amount of time, they got to replace that because the air just bombards the fins and makes holes in them, and all kinds of havoc is there. But you can't get away from cavitation. It just happens because a liquid trying to go through a pump. But anyways, another thing is I've the S-bar is the Canadian-made one. That they make them in Vancouver City, and they're $1,200 for one diesel heater, as opposed to less than $200 for a Chinese diesel heater. So this guy that you all know, no names mentioned, he buys one of the most expensive ones, and he says, you don't want to buy one of those Chinese diesel heaters. And I said, why? I can buy 5 of those diesel heaters for the price of one S-bar. And so it's inferior product. Well, so what? So if there are too many bubbles, then it lowers the temperature of the idle. The temperature. It lowers the temperature of the idle. I don't believe that. No, that's I don't know how you know that, but that's not right. It can't. Fire is fire, and when it's burning in there, just because the more air is getting in there doesn't mean that it's no. You got a wrong idea there, Mr. Ronney Braun. Just make sure that when you can see, if you can see the fuel going through the lines, that there's some fuel and then an air bubble, and a fuel and an air bubble, and fuel and an air bubble. And that's the way it's got to go through there. And like any diesel, like a car or a truck that is a diesel vehicle, it has a glow plug. When you start it up, the glow plugs come on, fires up, gets the fire going. Once the fire's going, the glow plugs go out. You don't need a glow plug anymore. It just to get it started, it's the heat from inside there that keeps the fire going. And there's one guy on YouTube that actually cut the end of the diesel heater off and put the camera in there. You can see right in there how it burns, right in the burn chamber. And so that's a lot of air going in there, and it still produces lots of heat. Get yourself one of those electronic air temperature things. I point mine at the end there, and it's, like I said, 200 degrees coming out of there. At slowest pump is two pumps per second. I think that's the slowest you can make it. 2 or 2.2, whatever the lowest is, and you can bump it up to what, 5 or 6 or 7 by going manually, not by turning the temperature up, but going into manual mode, and you can bump up so that it pumps fast all the time, or you can set it to what you want. And for me, inside my motorhome, it would be too much to have it pumping fast all the time. That's be way too hot. I just let it idle. So I usually use it on like the automatic temperature thing. Once it gets up to a certain temperature, it'll never turn off completely. It just slows down and starts pumping the slowest it can. And then you can hear it pick up every now and again if it's too cold, and the temperature goes down, and then it comes back on again. But the exhaust was another one. The exhaust that comes with those things. With mine, anyways, the Chinese one, the hole, there's some hole there. It's a thing like this, and then there's two holes at the top or bottom. There's 2 holes there. When you look inside there, you can see all the way through, daylight all the way through. There's no baffling. And when the S-bar, when you look in there, you can't see through there. The air, the exhaust has got to go in, down, and around and up, and then back out. Hey, good evening, Bruce. How you doing, my friend? Thanks for coming in. Love to see you. And he did a video on why he thought the exhaust for the Chinese diesel heater didn't work, because it just had a straight hole all the way through. What good is that? Well, like I said, that guy that made those 15 one-hour videos, he did a whole 1 hour video on just the exhausts. And he took an S-bar exhaust and the Chinese diesel heater exhaust and a motorcycle exhaust and put them all on there to see which one would have the loudest decibel reading after it gets going. The quietest one was the Chinese diesel heater with the hole all the way through. So what does that tell you? It's just a muffler. That's why it's called a muffler. It muffles the sound. But when the air's got to go in and then down and around, that's 190, 2, 3, 490 degree turns before the exhaust comes out the end. You're putting a lot of back pressure on the exhaust, and that might not work very good for your unit. An S-bar unit is about, like I said, $1,200, and that was 6 years ago. And the glow plug for those things was $100 for one glow plug. And I got 2 glow plugs for my Chinese diesel heater for $18 years ago. Now they're more, but 2 of them for $18. And at the end of the day, it does the same thing. Nice dry heat comes out of the other end, or comes out of the end. So I get 1 less bar of heat, and when I get rid of the accessible bubbles, I get all the bars and all the heat. Well, I mean, I believe you. I believe that, but I don't believe that the temperature is I don't believe the temperature is dropping. Try one of those heat things. But I don't know why that would be. That's a good question to ask. You get little black specks coming out when you do it horizontal. Oh, okay. Your exhaust, when it comes out the bottom of your unit, how many bends are in the pipe? Like 190 degree turn is not bad. But if you have several, well then the exhaust has got to go through the first 90. Like when it's coming out of the bottom, mine goes out of the bottom and then maybe a 45 degrees angle down, and that's about it. So it's only one 45 degree angle. The intake is the same way, comes out of the bottom and then 45 degree down. One goes front, one goes back. Yeah, show me what happens when you do that. Run your pump the way it is right now. Show me the bars going all the way to the top. And then video moving the pump to a certain angle, whatever you got there, straight up and down, straight sideways, 45, whatever, or anywhere in between. And then show me the bars again that are not going all the way to the top. That's interesting. You just have one bend. Yeah, well, that should be good. Like, I've seen some guys make the pipe longer. They take that pipe off and they put a different pipe on, make it longer, and then bend the shit out of it. Like I don't know how many 45 degrees by the time they get it out to where they want to have it. And well, you see all kinds of things with those diesel heaters. I'm surprised that they work the way they do. Like people running just like almost pure vegetable oil through them. That's combustible, it burns. Yes, it will work. But I mean, and then they said they run it for 3 years on like old vegetable oil, like coming from, like your Kentucky Fried Chicken places or wherever they use oil like that, and they just go and use their oil. Just make sure that they get the chunks out of there. But yeah, it will work. And you can run gasoline through them, but you can buy, mine says right on there, diesel. Some of them say gasoline unit, but if you believe the Chinese, it's probably a diesel heater with just the word gasoline on there. And then you think, oh, mine's made for gasoline, I can run gas through it. Well, I don't know, if you run anything through, anything other than diesel, I think you're asking for troubles. Some people will never get troubles, some people get all kinds of problems. Like, I belong to a couple of groups, diesel heater groups, and most of the time you'll get the same questions over and over and over. And I guess, they don't want to spend the time looking for their answer. They just come online and they type in their question, and sometimes some people will say, the answer's on here, just go look. Well, if you have a problem with your diesel heater and it's cold outside, you'd like to get the answer as soon as you can, as opposed to going looking for the answer. So I don't mind people asking the same question over and over and over again. But I kind of quit going there because, like I said, it was the same question all the time. Like, I have an E something error, and what could be the problem? And then you try to diagnose it, and they say, oh, I've done that, I've done that, I've done that. And then when they do find out what the problem is, it's not even related to what I thought it was. Like, it was something else, and you think you know everything about these things because they're such a simple. Any kind of diesel engine is such a simple thing. A piston with an intake and an outlet, and all you need is fire one time to get it. Once it starts, it's running. There's not much to them. All you got to do is make sure that the fuel is being fed in there all the time. So, but I'm glad I had mine. I used to use, before I had the diesel heater, I used to use the buddy heater, the propane. Now that there, sure, it sucks up your air, it burns air. If you're super airtight in a vehicle, I can't see how you can use up your people were afraid they were going to use their air and suffocate because they had no air. Well, air is coming into your unit through cracks and stuff. I can't see you running out of air unless you burn up a lot of air, but it also puts a lot of moisture in the air. It was like, what was it, 350 milliliters of water in the air every hour. Like, wow, that's a lot of water. When you get up in the morning and your windows are all crusty with ice. The best I could see was a little carton version of the internal. Oh, wow. Yeah, cool. Yes. And I love my diesel heater, and it's only going to break down when you need it. It's not going to break down in the summer. And mine, I have like where the big plug-in thing is. That's about, I don't know, a foot of wire coming out of the unit, and then it has that connector, which has all the wires in it. And I had problems with that connector, and I didn't know it at first, but it would give an error or just quit altogether. And then, now my diesel heater quit, and I need it to run. What's going on? So by accident, I grabbed that connector, and then it started. So I thought, aha, I have a loose connection in there. And whenever you have those kind of connectors, a male and a female, it goes in there. When electricity, that's when it gets hot and cold, that's what happens. It expands and contracts. And if it keeps doing that over time, that connector can it might not make a good connection. If you take your directional vent off the heater end, the heat flows into the room easier. Oh yeah, you mean just like the hole. What is that, a 4-inch, 3.5-inch pipe coming out of the end, 4-inch pipe? Yeah, oh yeah, if you take the thing off, you'll be less restriction. I don't know how big of a unit you're trying to heat where you need 3 heaters, holy smokes. You're living in a home or a trailer? Well, you were in a trailer a long time ago that I've seen. Bruce must be gone, wandering armchair. He was saying that he had some shorts. I was gonna talk to him about his shorts videos. I was gonna watch them for him, but I just have a statement to make about that. Yeah, okay, if you take that end off. The only reason I have mine on is because I blow it up. I mean, hot air rises and it goes to the ceiling. Oh, there he is, Bruce. Didn't you say you had some short videos, a whole bunch or something? I don't know how many watch hours you have, but I don't know if you know that shorts don't give you 1 second towards your watch time hours. Like, you can have 1 million people watch one of your videos, and if it's 10 seconds long, well, that's it's 10 million seconds if 1 million people watched it. So, but you get absolutely 0 time towards your watch hours. It'll show you on your analytics, it'll show you your watch hours for that particular video, but it doesn't add to your monetization watch hours. YouTube may change that in the future. Same thing with lives. If I hold somebody's attention here in my live streams for an hour, I thought, hey, I got a whole hour out of one person, which is nice. But that time is not added to my watch hours at all, lives or shorts. And if you don't believe me, go to YouTube and type in a question like, does shorts watch time contribute to my monetization watch hours? And you'll find out it doesn't. I closed off like the front 4 feet because temperatures are cold, but was pretty much with no insulation. An 8 kilowatt heater is good. Okay. Yeah, and my van, you've seen my van is way smaller than your unit. I got no insulation. I mean, from when it was built by the factory that way. I mean, the walls are this thick, right? From the outside skin to the inside. And maybe years ago, as a matter of fact, in the roof, I can see where they did that sprays for, insulation in there. Well, I can see daylight through some of them, so it deteriorates. So my van is not insulated very well at all. If it was like 30 or 40 degrees below Fahrenheit, I would have to run 2 diesel heaters. I would have to run 2 diesel heaters or close off and insulate more. Oh wow. I've had quite a few campers, but now I'm in a Rockwood mini motorhome. Oh, okay. I didn't know exactly what you were in. Rockwood, I think I know well, I can't visualize what they look like, but yeah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, and when I back and forth to Vancouver every winter there, I was helping every time I went back, and that's when it was winter, and it wasn't so cold there usually, except last year and this year were kind of the coldest. But I was always helping people with their getting better heat. And telling them to telling him to invest in a diesel heater. I mean, the price of these things were cheap. Even 4 or 5 years ago, they were still cheap. I think $250 or $260 or something Canadian. Even at that time was a pretty good price, and you can't beat that kind of heat. It's just like, I even had one guy had a shell on the back of his half ton. That's where his bed was. That's where he lived, and he had his diesel heater was right by the wheel well on the inside. The exhaust ran through the floor and down and out, and the intake, but the the hose he had under, would put it under his blanket, so it would just like blow right on him. I'm not 100% sure which brought me to you. I did watch your drone stuff, but the heater stuff most likely. Oh, okay, one of my best videos that I have out on my analytics shows that's the best watched video I have is I think it's the one that's with the E7 error and how to fix it. But that's still, diesel heaters are all my diesel heater videos are still being watched all the time. And one of them, I want to try the whole heater pointing her horizon, her horizontal someday. Yeah, do so. One of my videos where I explain things, I don't know why, I just like music in the background. And when I'm talking, I suppose less music is better. But for that one video, I guess the music was a little too loud for a couple of people, and they come on there and commented, and they said, nice video, but I could do without the music. But I can't do anything about it anymore. I can't take the music out of it. Like, it's just in there. So anyway, it is what it is. And I guess I could redo the video, like the video part, and just leave the audio part, the music out of it, I guess. I have mine going up my wheel well, so I have to remove it before I take a long ride. Oh, okay. So your diesel heaters are inside and the fuel is inside? Just it's you running your exhaust out and your intake out of the unit? Because of the intake air is the combustion air intake. It doesn't go to your inside of your unit. It just, that's where the air is that is used to burn. The air that's being moved around inside your unit is just circulated air. Air that's inside your unit is blowing through over the diesel heater, the heated part, and then blowing out the other end nice and hot. It's got the intake air doesn't go inside your unit. People were afraid of fire and stuff. I had one guy that was just totally afraid that it was gonna start a fire. You know, a buddy heater, I would be more afraid that it's gonna start a fire than these things. I've never ever heard once anybody having problems with fire with a diesel heater burning. Yeah, that's what the problem with mine was, the volume. The volume of the music was too loud. I'm a little bit more aware of volume for YouTube. Like, if I make a video and the volume is too loud, for YouTube, they like to have 14 dB, negative 14 dB. That's the highest, or up to 16. But if it's louder than that, they'll cut it back so that it's one loudness. But if you make your video that's too quiet, they won't bump up the music, the sound to make it the right sound. They only work with if it's too loud, they'll knock it down. But yes, I watched that video, yeah, the music is pretty loud, and you can't hear me talking that well. I know, yeah, some people hate music playing in the background. I like music playing when I do my drone videos. I like music playing in the background. And I guess from my point of view, if people don't like to have music in the playing when the drone's flying around, I guess they don't have to watch, I guess. But it's not popular music either, because then you get copyright protection or copyright thing. Don't worry, nobody takes my advice, and to be honest, I could be wrong. If I thought I could get more people listening, I might do music too. Well, yeah, music in your videos is a questionable thing, because you're right, some people don't like music playing at all. As a matter of fact, when they come on and watch your video, it's the minute they hear music, they click away. And I know that probably happens on my videos too. But there again, I can't please everybody, and so I just make my videos for me. If people don't like to have the music playing, I guess they won't watch them. That's all there is to it. And if music is the only thing that's bothering them about the music, well, I really think that they have a problem. So there's music playing. Now, if you can't hear, like that one video where I'm talking and there's music playing, that is not good. When I watch that video too, I see that and I say, okay, you're right, that's not good. Why would I want to watch a video when I'm explaining what's going on and how to fix your diesel heater when there's too loud of music playing in the background? This is not good. You don't have to shut up, I can't even hear you anyway. I can take constructive criticism. I don't mind. It is what it is. And like I said, not everybody likes. If I could put out videos that people liked, I would probably have 1 million subscribers. I'd probably be monetized. So I don't know anything about what people want. So I just, like I said, I've asked people too, what would you like? Well, there again, I'll ask you, what would you like to see as far as videos? Give me some ideas. I've had a friend of mine just now, today, as a matter of fact, I asked him, I said, well, you got some good ideas. What should I make as a video? And he says, go down to the beach and fly like your drone so that you're half on the water and like you're right on the coast, right on where the water meets the sand. So it's 50-50. The sand is here and the water's here. And then fly over like that. He likes that kind of video. Well, but not everybody likes that, but he likes that. And I always think if there's one person that likes something, there must be more. He's only one of a percentage of a bunch of people that might like that. Yeah, you're right. If we can't please everyone, then you've got to please yourself. So, anyways, I'm supposed to be, live on Facebook also at the same time here. I don't know if I am. I'm gonna have to go on Facebook after the fact and see if I really, because when I try to post something, I can post it on YouTube, but it won't post on Facebook, like typing something. So I imagine the comments are not going to Facebook, so people over there can't even read what's going on. That's another reason to have the chat window up on the side here, so if the video is going onto YouTube, or onto Facebook, at least they can read this part of it. Cool. Great idea. Why is that? Why is that thing there? Ronnie says, it's funny though, nobody ever listens to me. I know you're man and you can handle it. How come it says show or hide? What's wrong with what you said? I can't see that on, so let's show that, let's see what happens. What was wrong with that statement? You must have said something on there YouTube didn't like. Very interesting indeed. YouTube does things that, don't worry, nobody takes my advice anyway. If I thought I could, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know anything anyway, just always try to give people, where was that, what you said there? Did you see that on your end there, Ronnie? Where it says show or hide? Well, you must have saw it on the screen there. Wonder what you said. That YouTube didn't, I didn't do that, YouTube did that. A sunset on the water or sunrise might be cool. Sunrise I can't do for you because I'm still asleep at sunrise. Sunsets? Oh, sunsets over here are probably beautiful. I'm not near the beach. But that's why I want to get out. I want to go to Isla Mujeres, the island of women. I want to go over there, and sunset here is always at like 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the evening. So I'm still awake. And you don't have to have a drone for that footage, I suppose, but nice drone footage when the sun is kind of already down for you to see, and then you take your drone up a little higher and you can still see the sun, like above the buildings and things. That's kind of cool. Good idea. Thanks for the suggestion there, buddy. Yeah, one of your statements said the word show or hide on there. Yeah, I don't know, I said show it. So it's on there now, but I don't know, I can't remember which question it was that you posted. It didn't seem there was no pornography there was no swearing, there was no nothing on there. It just was a statement. I don't know why it didn't work. And it was asking me as the host to either show that or hide it. And it was kind of grayed out. You must have seen that though, because it was on the chat window on the thing there. I'm going to watch the video again later on and see what it was. Let's test that with my next sentence. It just wanted you to approve or disapprove. Yeah, sure. Try it again. See what happens. Whatever you typed in, how do you know what to type in to make that do that? Let's experiment there, Ronnie. Type something in. Uh-oh, what's flashing down in the bottom corner here? Your location. It's funny how the transmission fluid needs to be checked daily. Where I parked my van for the winter, the guy, he ran my vehicle for a little while, but he said he opened the radiator and there was no fluid in there. And I said, well, what do you mean? That was flushed out and filled up and there should be no leaks. What happened? Of course, if it's not the right antifreeze in there and it freezes up, it'll break something. But he said he filled it back up and it was okay. So I don't know what the heck is going on. He looked inside, he couldn't see anything, and he put like a half a gallon or almost 3/4 of a gallon of antifreeze back in there. And then he ran it for half an hour to get it all circulated, nice and warmed up. So I don't know. I've got to go to places. I don't want to be cooped up in the house here all the time just because it's funny, you feel like a broken back is a serious thing. It's worse than a broken arm or a broken leg. And yet I'm supposed to get up and move around and do things. And I got some great support from people, extra funds to help pay for things. It sounds like there's only a pinhole leak in your radiator. That could be. Yeah, it's probably still in the engine, at least. But he said I had like summertime antifreeze in there. Instead of but the stuff he put in there is like good for -40 something, so. And it rarely gets, that cold for a very long period of time in Medicine Hat there. And -40, believe it, is the same in Fahrenheit as it is in Celsius. It's -40. That's where they end up being the same. So, hey, I got one person watching. Okay, I don't know if you can see the whole. I don't know if you can actually even see the whole chat window. Let's see if you can. What if I move this over? Oh yeah, I suppose you can. Let me transition that. There, moved it over just a hair, just to see if you can see that. All the text instead of being cut off. There's a black bar at the top, and then the bottom grade part area, I don't need to have that on there. Oh, end stream, I don't need to have that part showing. Oh, it is easy to read, okay. So, what was that you said that it didn't like? I've had quite a few campers, nope. I'm not 100% sure which brought me to you. Probably the diesel heater stuff. I wanted to try a whole heater pointing right. I have mine going up my wheel. But don't worry, nobody ever takes my advice. But I don't mean to whine for me. Oh, don't worry, nobody takes my advice. If I thought I could get more people listening, I might do music too. It's funny though, nobody ever listens to me. And I don't know anything anyway. I just always try to give people input. If we can't please everybody, a sunset on the water or sunrise might be cool, yeah. I wonder what triggered the, see, I don't know what happened. Anywho. It's very good and easy to read, okay. It's funny how it started with it empty, or with it. Yeah. And then at the top, hey, I have subscribe, it's free, and then smash the thumb, it's free. I got that up there too. I don't see why they can't make what I'm seeing. I can't see what you see, like blow up the whole screen. I just got a tiny little thing that shows the YouTube window. I can't, oh there, you said something that says show and hide. Let's go see what that says. Why is that? Now it's grayed out. I don't know if you can actually read that. It says, it's funny, oh, unless you said don't show that. It's funny, you're a man, maybe that triggered it. You see that sentence there? This message is held for review, it says. And then the one below that, it says, you're a man trigger. You're a man trigger. Why is that held for my review? What's wrong with that statement? Because I don't know if you can see it on the screen on the I don't know how to explain this. Over on the side where you type in your chat stuff, can you read that sentence? For me, I can read it. It says, it's funny you're a man, maybe that triggered it. And then underneath them words it says show or hide. And it says, this message is held for review. Another one held for review. Maybe you're a man, but YouTube doesn't believe. Wow, but on the screen, on the video part, you should be able to read that. So let's go show that one, and show this, and show this. There. That's really weird, because all you said was maybe you're a man, but YouTube doesn't believe, and then they blocked that out for my review. Isn't that strange? Ah, what I should do is a pop-out chat window, and then use that as a screen share instead of the whole thing and cropping that. Anyways, very, very interesting. Holy smokes. You want to be a man. Now that one came through. So the sentence above that says maybe you're a man, but YouTube doesn't believe. Was blocked. Maybe you're a man, isn't sure, blah, 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 blah. I believe you're a man. That didn't get blocked either. Yikes. No idea why there, Ronnie. Pretty strange though, eh? Let's see if Stream Elements is working. Mr. Slydad. Well, hello, my buddy. Look at this. How the heck are you doing, man? How the heck did you hear I hurt my back? I haven't seen you in a long time, although I came to your channel a few times and seen that you haven't put up much content lately. But man, brother, how you doing? What the hell? Love you, man. Holy smokes. I really still like Slydad's content. Chasing women, Mexican, chasing Mexican women. Now, I know people think when you break your back, it's like you can't walk anymore. I got lucky, let me tell you. God bless. I got real lucky. And Newfound Drones production. Well, hello. Yes, I do have a broken back. I fell on the ice. I mean, if I knew I was going to slip and fall, I wouldn't have done it, right? But anyway, it is what it is. And do you guys know Slydad? Like, you know what? As a matter of fact, you sent me a video a while ago when you hit the tower with your drone. And it survived. It wobbled a bit, but it survived and then you could fly it. But I was going to put out a video about drone crashes. Maybe I did put it out. And that was one of them. Your video was on there. And if anybody out there has drone crash videos, your drone crashed and it survived, send them to me. My email should be in the description. I want to make a compilation of drone crashes. Now, I had a couple of crashes with my Mavic, and I must have got it back because I got the video. So, Slydad, unbelievable. Wow. And Newfound Drones. Okay, let me look this up. I'm horrible at names. I know JDS Flying Canuck though, John, but I don't remember Slydad's name, although I had his address at one time because I sent him a bracelet once. And Newfound Drones, I used to know his name, Michael or something, I can't remember. Just wait. Newfound Drones, Bill. Mr. Newfoundland. But now, Slydad, I don't have your name. But I love your content. My goodness, I love the bike rides. You took me along with you when you used to go bike riding. I would love to have a bike like that. Like, that'd be cool. Best thing ever. Oh, hell yeah. Yes, Slydad, I did break my back. I slipped on this. We had kind of flooding here. It rained really bad. And then there's a 6-inch drop from the inside of the house to go to the carport. And the surface there is smooth. Well, I mean, when I stepped down there, I thought I was, I'm barefooted, but I thought I was stepping correctly. Well, when you slip and fall, I'm 200-pound guy or more, and when you fall on your back, that's more than 200 pounds that you're falling on your back. Well, I fell right on the sill, the door, right on that 6-inch high raise, all cement, nothing Nothing gives there, right in the center of my back, across the center of my back, not the upper or lower. So I got lucky in a whole bunch of ways. I could have been my neck, it could have been my lower back, where I've already had surgeries and things. And right now, it's what broke on my back was not the spine itself. Had duct tape. Had duct tape on my drone. Yeah, no kidding. So the bone that broke on mine is not the actual. I've got a couple of videos out, Slide at. If you go back and look at my videos, there's two of them. One is showing where it all happened, and the other one is showing where the breaks happened in my back, and not where in the house it broke. But the bone that broke is called the spinous process bone. It's the one that sticks out straight out your back. It comes off the round spine part, or the round vertebrae part, and sticks out towards your back. That's what you feel when you rub your fingers down your backbone. That's the part that you feel. Well, that's an important thing, especially the tip of it. There's a lot of sensors and things there, and blood vessels and everything everything's all connected there at the end. And when that whole thing broke away from it broke, not just cracked, it broke in half. Two of my vertebrae had happened. I think it was, I don't know, some say it's the D78, some say it's the T78. Well, it's the 7-8 numbers of something right in the middle of my back. And when I went down, let me tell you, I was ready to holler for help because I didn't know if I could walk again. I crawled in the house and got on the bed and I laid there. And I was there for 3 days until I could actually go to the x-ray. And I'm in a different country. I'm in Mexico. I'm not back home where I live. So I can't speak Mexican. And oh man, I had a rough time. It's hard to even think about what happened. And remember my ankle. Holy, wow. Like that happened years ago. I broke my ankle. And you see there, when I broke my ankle that time, and I'm wearing that air boot, that air cast, whatever it's called, I heard it crack. And when I fell on my back on this cement piece, I heard them crack. The same thing. I hit my back first, and then my head hit the cement. Maybe my brains got rattled. But I can't be without pills. I have to take some medications. I don't know how long it's going to take before it heals to the point where it's not going to be like that kind of pain. I know I'm going to be probably, in back pain from now on, but not to the point where I can't, lift things and stuff. I can't. I'm scared to move in certain ways. Yet the doctors say you got to walk. So it feels funny. You break your back, but you got to walk around. Like walking puts a lot of pressure on your back. I guess your back's pretty strong though. So anyways, Mr. Slydad, thanks for popping. I don't know how you heard about that. That's amazing. Somebody that both of us know must have contacted you or somehow or talked to you about it. Wow. But I did have a couple of videos out, and I am in Mexico, and I'll be here until May for another 3 months. But I don't want to be chicken cooped up in the house here. I want to get out and do things. So I'll just, like I said, I'll take a a bag full of pills with me, and then go and tour Mexico and go to all the, like, leave the city and go to the ruins and go to Tulum and Chichen Itza and Xcaret and go to a few of these places again. Because if I'm cooped up in the room here, like, I'll never want to come back to Mexico again, considering it's like this was a useless, my first month that I was here, at least the first month and a half, when I was going to the dentist's office, I had to go every other day or every third day, so I couldn't book places to go, couldn't do anything. Yeah, newfound drones and slide ad. I don't have you programmed in here, slide ad, into the theme elements. You know, when I type exclamation point and then the first name of the person's channel. Oh yes, I do have you programmed in here. There's the link to your channel. So if you guys want to go and check out Slide Ad, there you go. There's a link to the channel. And newfound drones, I think I have newfound drones in there. Let me just check this out. I have to program it in there in order for it to work, so. But yes, I do. There's both of your channel, if you guys want to check out. It's absolutely free to subscribe to someone. So by all means, go have a look and subscribe. It's free. And smash that thumbs button. That's also free. It doesn't cost you a penny to do that. I love it when things are free. So you're programmed in there, Slide Ad. I must have you from a long time ago put in there. Wow. Amazing. Are you still flying drones? I don't remember what kind of drone you had. Was it the Phantom? Oh yeah, right. Yes, I actually remember you telling me that way back when. Just to call you Sly. You're on the sly. Let me write that down. Just so I can remember for next time. Sly Dad, he's called Sly. Cool, brother. And just for anybody's benefit that's in here, I guess there's only one watching now. Everybody must have went away. But if nobody has told you they loved you today, let me be the first. I do love you. And thank you for coming in and joining the live. And I should be broadcasting on Facebook and YouTube, although I'm going to have to later on go to Facebook and see if I actually am. I don't know. I can't. When I comment, it won't go to Facebook, so I don't. It must be something to do with the settings are not right. But and Bill from Newfound Drones, I go and watch his videos all the time. And I'm not too good at commenting either myself, so he probably doesn't even know that I'm there sometimes, but I do watch his videos. He's out in the backyard flying his drone. And where you are, Bill, there is probably like a summertime, Bill, Sly, where you are, it's like a, aren't you in Florida or someplace where it's warm all the time? Right now I'm in Mexico, avoiding the winter for my first time. First time in my life, avoiding winter. Absolutely. Since Kim and Roger, I go and watch their things every now and again. I think I was one of their first, or the first person that ever went actually to their place and had me on their live. Maybe that's where we met. They've had quite a few guests now since, but yeah, Kim and Roger, yes, they had their man. They must have been back in them days. Their primitive setup they had there, but he's had lives all the time and going like crazy. And I took my drone up, and Kim took his drone up, and I never thought about it, but I was flying around trying to not stay away from him on purpose. I was just trying to get away, but he was trying to follow me and stuff. And I thought, well, after I left there, I thought, well, why didn't I just let him follow me at a slow pace so he could video following me? Like, duh. So I didn't want to drive all the way back and do that all over again, but they fed me. I slept in my van, of course, but they fed me for the one day. I was there for two days, and it was quite the experience. It was fun. Okay, so there's YouTube saying something where John said something, and it says this message is held for review. Why? What did you say that's YouTube doesn't like? It says, hello, my friend Nomadic Vanman. Nice to see you this beautiful evening. How is everything with you, my Canadian friend? It's John Chalker that said that. What are you saying that YouTube doesn't like, John? Do you know? Can you see that? Can you guys read that at all? It says held for review. Like, why? Oh, here, I clicked on a little button there, and it says potentially inappropriate messages are held for review. Chat messages held for review can be seen by you, but are hidden from public view. You can make them public or keep them hidden by selecting show or hide. This feature can be disabled in your settings. Oh, okay, so let's go to my settings and see what happens there. So, oh, all channels can be redirected to my content. Block words. Okay, there's no words. So where can I change that? All channels can be redirected to my content. Change privacy settings. I don't know where that is. Close. I don't know where that is, my friends. I can't see that. This feature can be disabled in your settings. And if I click on settings, allow all comments. Okay, there we go. Hold potentially inappropriate comments for review. Well, I don't see why, Mr. John Chalker, I don't see what you said on there that was needed to be held. You didn't say anything wrong. I'll show what you said anyway there. But hello, Mr. John Chalker. Wayne, been with you since Kim and Roger. Yes. You're a computer genius. Haha, yeah, sure. Oh, YouTube thought something in there was not supposed to be said. If you read what John Chalker said, hello, John. Anyways, by the way, thanks for popping in, my brother. If you read what he's written there, there is nothing wrong with it. Oh, something below that again has just popped up. Maybe it. Oh, okay, the word ass. It doesn't like that. But maybe that won't be effective until next time. Anyway. So I can read that, but you guys couldn't. Aha! Learning something new all the time. So it's 10:15 here, just about. I don't know what time it is where you guys are. Sly, is it 10:15 or 11:15 for you? I don't know if you're an hour. I'm on Central Time. I don't know what time you have where you are. I do have lives on Sunday at 12 my time. Oh, ooh, wow. Now, sometimes you shouldn't be moving your back that way. And I can twist and turn, my legs feel okay, my arms feel okay, I have no numbness anywhere, so I think I really got lucky on how it hit on my back, and I'm thankful for that anyways. Like, my goodness, a broken back is not fun to have at all. And it sort of put a damper on getting out and doing things. And I don't want to be cooped up in the house here all the time. I have to get out and do things. So, like I said, I'll just take a handful of pills with me and make sure that I'm drugged up, and away I go. I got to go to the little island off Cancun here. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned where I am. I don't know if I mentioned where I was. I'm in Cancun anyway, and off the coast of Cancun is a little island called Isla Mujeres. And Isla is island, and Mujeres is women. See there, it's doing that again. It's blocking something. That's weird, Nomadic Vanman. We've been friends for a long time, so I don't know what they were saying. This is your friend. I know you're my friend from Connecticut. So it's, I fixed that, but not still doing it though. It's still not showing. You can't see what you just typed there. It says this is held for review. But maybe it can't take effect until next time around. I don't know. Which is weird, my friend. I don't understand it. Let me show that. You see there, you guys couldn't read what John Chalker said. What the heck in there is wrong with, why did YouTube block that? I don't know. I really don't know. Smash the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already done so. It's free. I don't know if I have you programmed in here, John. Mr. John Chalker. Let's just see. We'll call up Stream Elements and see if that is true or not. There you are. There is your channel, Mr. John. If anybody wants to check you out. This guy does food reviews every day. Just about every day. Food reviews. Meal of the night. I think my pills must be wearing off. But in the settings, in my YouTube settings, or maybe I didn't hit save or something, could be. So if I go remove from yeah, must be all my fault. Let me see. Okay, no, I can't remove that. Cancel. How about if I go to change avatar? Nope. The dinner of the day. Special product and camping gear reviews. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. I must be missing something. And then again, you guys probably haven't seen Ronnie's you know what's kind of nice about Mexico is in Canada they would give me I don't know what kind of painkiller, like Percocet or something, which I don't like Percocet very much, but sometimes it doesn't work that great. But here in Mexico, man, they give you these pills and they work. Let me tell you, they really work good. This one kind of pill I take, it says good for moderate and severe pain, not just light pain. It says severe pain. Wow. But it's highly addictive, and you don't want to be taking it all the time, because then if you get addicted to it, you just. And the nice thing about it is, in Mexico, I don't need a doctor's prescription for any of my pills that I take. You just walk into any pharmacy and tell them what you want, and you walk out. I can't do that in Canada. If I walk into any drugstore and ask for some pills, like even metformin, or like for my diabetes, or my high blood pressure pills, or anything, I need a doctor's prescription to get that. Here in Mexico, I get my metformin or my blood pressure pills. I just walk into any pharmacy, and as long as I got a name and how many milligrams I need, they give it to you. Certain things they can't give you, like penicillin, I know is one, and probably OxyContin or medications like that. Today's dinner of the day was a nice tossed salad. I was going to say toasted. A nice tossed salad with Italian French dressing. Okay. So when you do these dinners of the day, where do you get them from? Do you just make them up yourself, or are you do they come from I don't know, a cookbook, or no, I was not like a frozen dinner thing. Like, are they already made and you just cook them, or do you say, well, I'm going to have such and such today, and then fentanyl, yeah, right. Probably can't get that either. I don't know if you can hear the police sirens, but here in Mexico, the police always have the lights going all the time, the red and blue lights. Whether they're just sitting at the roadside waiting for something to happen, or they're driving down the road because they're going somewhere, their lights are always going. When the siren's going, well then, yeah, something has happened, but the lights are always on. And they'll sit on the highway sometimes, just, like stopping you if you're speeding, or something happens or what have you. But you'll see them all the way down the highways, like on the way to from here to Playa del Carmen, say. They're parked on the roadside, but their lights are always going. And when they're in the cities, but they do nothing. The police don't do anything. I mean, you could be driving real slow, or you could be driving real fast, like over the speed limit, and pass one, and they don't care. They don't bother with you. You make them all up yourself. Family recipes that you can always look at and know that they're made in the kitchen. Oh, cool. Cool idea. Oh, were you asking me about fentanyl, whether I can get that in Mexico? I imagine you could get it, but I've never tried to, of course. Now in Canada, marijuana is legal. In Mexico, it's not. But I mean, you can still get it here. You have to know, just like in the days in Canada when it was illegal, you just find somebody that you can get it from. But in Canada, it's legal. You just go to your corner marijuana store and buy it. And you usually say what you're going to have, and then you make it and put it online so everybody can see what I did, and I give other choices. Okay. Do you get people to ask you to make certain things too? Like, today I want you to make spaghetti and meatballs with a cream sauce instead of your spaghetti sauce, like with a cream sauce of some sort. Or let's make some pierogies and sausage with a butter cream sauce. Do you have people telling you that, or you just say what you're going to make and then you make it up yourself on however? And when I broke my back, I thought, well, okay, I got to go get an X-ray. Well, an X-ray won't work. You need an MRI or a CT scan. And if I had a CT scan, because it shows more detail of what's going on back there. It shows the tissue as well as the bones. So anyway, I'm phoning instead of just going somewhere. I'm phoning around, and I can't speak Mexican, poco español, lo siento. I can't speak Spanish a lot. So lo siento, poco español is I'm sorry, I speak little Spanish. My brother, if you want, you drop a link. I could drop a link, John, but I'm actually ready to call it a night. I've been on for an hour and 40 minutes, and it's Maybe next time, though. In 40 states, you can, oh, wow. See, my saying was, man created booze, God created marijuana. Who do you trust? Anyway, I was trying to get I'm phoning around to clinics and hospitals that have MRI machines and see if I could get in. Well, because I'm a white guy and I sound like a gringo, their prices go up. Like, some things are so corrupted here in Mexico, it's unbelievable. Tourism, it brings their money in, and yet they're all scamming the tourists. Like, why? Even hospitals, they'll charge you 4 to 5 times more than what it really costs. It's because you don't know what it costs. They'll pocket the money. So I phoned around a couple places and they said $300 for 300 American dollars for a doctor consultation, and then minimum of $1,000 per MRI. It all depends on what part of your body you're going to get MRI'd. So I thought, oh, okay, well, but then the friend that lives upstairs is my friend. He's a Mexican, and he phoned to a hospital here, and he says, well, I have a Canadian friend, how much is it going to cost, what, blah, blah, blah. And it was 300 pesos only for a doctor's consultation. And if you take whatever pesos, divide by 2. So 300 divided by 2 is 150. So it's $15 for a 15 US dollars for a doctor's consultation. And then whatever the amount of pesos for the CT scan was like, CT scan was like $400. So anyways, it's way less than when I phoned around. Time there, 8:29, 8:28. No, it's 10:29 here now. 10:29 in Cancun. 10:29 Eastern Time. Mark your watches. Mark your watches, guys. It's 10:29 here. It must be failing to say how many people are actually in the house here watching. It says 1. And yet I see John still is talking, and Slydad just spoke up, so that must be not right. Something is not right. So anyways, yeah, I'm just about ready to, and Ronney Braun's always in the house. He's I was gone, I'm back. You see, it still says 1 in the house though. So I don't know, I can't go by that. It's too bad. It's like a false advertising. I'm your Canadian. You are my Canadian brother. I'm giving you the United States brother. Anytime, John Chucker. Yeah. Waterbury, Connecticut. I can do it next time, John, when I'm on, when it's a little earlier and stuff. It's just like I've been on for an hour and 54 minutes, and I gotta change my position of my back here. I gotta move and do something else. Oh, now it says 3 watching, which is, wow, doing funny things anyway. So I want to see if I want an hour and 54 minutes. I want to see what happens when it hits the 2-hour mark, because that's what supposedly the cutoff time is supposed to be with the free version of EVMux. EVMux is a great program. So we'll stick around for a few seconds and see what happens there. So Ronnie, question on the pumps. Good point. If you were to be getting paid, it would be by their screw-up system. Yeah, no kidding. They want money for. There's scams of the police are one of the most corrupted peoples here. They're actually part of the cartel syndicate. Like I don't even know if they're. People say, "Aren't you worried about the cartel?" Well, no, I'm not. You don't know that there is cartel here. They're out of the picture. Baby steps with therapy. I would definitely not drink on the pain. Yeah, no kidding. That makes them even more addictive. I'm sure you know. Yeah, and they always pills always come with your what do you call it? What's harmful about them, and they always say could cause death, could cause heart attack. I guess they have to claim that on their products, but it's you read all the stuff that's not good with the pills, and yet you want it to only fix one thing, like get rid of the pain. No one in the United States wants to hear from Connecticut. Is Connecticut way down where or way over where it's cold? And I did fall on my elbow. You whiner. Nothing but a whiner. You just broke your back. Wake up. You got the 28 mil pumps. Oh, I didn't know there was two different kinds. It must be their whole systems are changing. As a matter of fact, the new ones, the exhaust and the intake in the bottoms are farther apart now than mine is. Mine are pretty close together, and the hose that feeds the fuel in there, it can get pretty close to the exhaust and melt. Now they move them farther apart. You've had an uncle that died from pills. He was addicted. He was addicted after a car accident. He had a car accident, and then, well, see, that's the thing. This spinous process bone that I broke. I go on YouTube to find out what that is and what happens when you break it, and what are the complications and what have you. And I see a few of them are on there. They're in the hospital on, strung up to the ceiling and on walker things. They're learning to walk all over again. Like they can't walk. And even the doctor there, he said, you must have a strong back. He says, people coming in here usually can't tolerate the pain and what have you. And I thought, wow, holy smokes, thank God that I don't feel that. Now, just wait though. The smaller heaters, okay, they make a 2 kilowatt heater, a 5 and an 8. So you probably mean the 2. The 2 is actually physically a smaller unit. The 5 and the 8 are the same size. They might even have bigger ones now. But I don't know what my pump is. I actually bought an extra pump just for a spare, but I've had it in the box there for 6 years and never had to use it. The only problem I ever have is the glow plug went out and I broke it once, so that's twice. and then that connector. I replaced that connector, and even now it's still, so when my pump goes out or my thing goes off, opioids will kill, yeah, and there's probably opioids in this stuff that I've taken. Because, as a matter of fact, when I had my my back operation, when I had a herniated disc and I had an operation, they would give you opium pill form for pain. And that's not just your opioids, that's pure, pure. I didn't look into it, but it is getting bigger kilowatt output, and one that heats water. Yeah, well, you're getting one that heats the water too. Oh, I'd like to get one of those so I can have a nice hot shower. That'd be nice. I could probably even run like my bed in my van has got, I'm not laying on a board of any kind. My bed is actually cotton with wires and springs and stuff underneath. So I get no, like a lot of people get mold and stuff under their bed because that's where moisture builds up. Well, I don't have that problem, and I have that's called my basement is underneath my bed anyway. There's a big door on the side of the van where you can open it up and put stuff under there. Be nice to run some sort of coils under there and get a diesel heater that has the hot water part and run the coils underneath the bed to keep you nice and warm on the bed. That'd be nice. Oh, you just heard about those. Yeah, I think they're actually physically the same size. It's just where the water is underneath it. Like when you take the shell off of those things, it looks like a motorcycle, one piston engine with the fins, and stuff. The fin things are a little bigger for the water. And then you just put one end of the hose into a bucket where the water comes out of, a big 5-gallon bucket or something, and when you have your shower, and then it goes through the unit, and then you have a shower head on the other end. You have a nice hot shower. Oh, you can run coil through there. That'd be cool. Heat radiators, yeah. So if you're ever out somewhere in the wilderness in your motorhome and you're frozen up, you can just run your diesel heater with the water and run the pipes on your radiator wherever you're frozen and get it thawed out. I'm in Cancun, Sly. I'm living in a house too far away from the beach. Too bad. I have to take a bus for a half an hour or 3/4 of an hour just to get to a beach. But I have taken my drone up on the beach. I crashed my drone into a hotel, top floor. Thought I would never get it back because I'm in a different country and can't speak the language, and I could see it up there. And when I went to the hotel to go get it, they stopped me from coming on the property. You can't go on the property unless you're a guest there. You're staying there. They wouldn't even let me on the property. They said, this is private property. You can't, I mean, they weren't telling me this in English, but they were just saying, no, no, no. Like, but in the long, I got it back anyway. You could circulate hot water into a big drum or tub and just gradually heat it up. Yeah. Oh yeah, circulate it through there, through and through and through until it gets nice and hot. Yeah, because I remember on the prairie, Medicine Hat, when, you get up in the morning, you try to start your car and it's meow, 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 meow. I'm just here for 6 months, Sly. I came here in November, and it mofo. It mofo? I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry. I'm not too good at that. I'm not too swift with you know my name. I must be from Australia. I like to subscribe to everyone that comes in. So I'm going to write this down, write your name down, because I want to add you into the system. And if I haven't checked your channel out, give me heck. Are you willing to share your first name? Itmofo? I think you must be fairly new to popping into my channel, although you do know my name, that's when you're walking down the street and somebody calls your name and you don't know theirs, that's embarrassing. Mofa? Alex. Thank you, Alex, for sharing your name. I'm going to add you to Stream Elements so that when I type your channel name in, people can go to, because only moderators can put in links, and they can go to your channel and check you out. And hopefully, subscribing is absolutely free, it doesn't cost anything. Well, thank you, brother, for coming in. I am just about to sign off, actually, unfortunately, or whatever, however you want to put it. I've been on for 2 hours and 7 minutes, so the 2 hour limit thing is working great. It's giving me the time. And Mr. Slydad, thank you for popping in. I appreciate that. I missed you, brother. It's nice to see you again. And everybody that was in the house, thank you for coming in. Thanks, Ronney. Ronney Braun's always here. When I pop up, he's the first one in here. He can't get in here fast enough. He's probably got me on some sort of a notification system there that says, hey, Wayne's on, and poof, he's over there. My screen I see a scrolling thing, so I hope my speed of my computer, not my computer, but the internet here was something funny with it ever since that happened. The internet was real slow. Remember that there, Ronnie? It was real slow. And now it's back to fast. Download speeds were 2.8. Now they're over 100. That's what it's supposed to be. Upload speeds were 0.08, and now it's 40. So that things have improved. And then my audio went, my video went, and everything seems to be back and working in fine shape again. But it's been a pleasure meeting all of yous. Take care, Wayne. I'll try to come in earlier next time. I'm having, I always have lives on Sundays there, Alex, at 12 noon Central Time. So it's 10:46 right now, my time. So look at your clock, find out what time it is. You're in Australia, so you're way ahead of me. You're in tomorrow already. You're living in the future. So at 12 tomorrow, or Sunday, is when I have my lives, and then I do pop up every now and again. And like I said, call Ronnie, he'll let you know when I'm on. And Sly says you're lucky I'm lonely and an old man, or you wouldn't be here. Make another video of a bike ride, Sly. I wanna come along. I like those, especially where you had your camera or wherever you put it there. I could see what's going on. That was fantastic. Love it. Okay, guys, and let me tell you again, if nobody has told you they loved you today, let me be the first. I love each and every one of you, and thank you for coming in to my humble place, my humble dwelling here, and spending time out of your day to come and visit. And I will be checking all you guys out again to see what's going on, how far I am behind and everything. And thanks for coming in, every one of yous. We'll catch you all, hopefully, on Sunday. Stay cool, stay awesome, and be kind. And stay Nomadic Outlaws. How do you stay a Nomadic Outlaw? Subscribe to Nomadic Vanman. You automatically become a Nomadic Outlaw. Stay awesome, guys. Catch you again.